Hello, welcome back. And the next step you're moving to is on how we can create or place rebars on the slab, particularly on a structure of this kind. And if you take a look, we have the rebars on the columns, we have the rebars on the beams, we have the rebars on other parts, and all the way to tie beams and the pad footing there. So the next parts we want to reinforce is, are the slabs. So how do you get along with that, or how do you get started? Because if you take a look, the drawing looks busy, or the model looks busy, is clogged with all the parts visible. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to single out only on the slabs to be displayed on my screen. Now I'm going to select the slab, then come to edit, then select, then click on that drop down arrow under select, and I'll just select similar colors, and I have all the slabs selected. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click and come to show only selected, and I'll have only the slabs visible. So this makes my work very easy when placing the rebars on each and every slab. Now I'll come to slab tool or slab macros, slab creation macro, and I'll come to slab reinforcement and I'll click on that. So I'll click on each and every slab and place reinforcement. Remember, sometimes copying the reinforcement becomes tricky, but for the first time we are picking from the first workflow. Let me use this first workflow, then as you move on, I'll be able to engage you in several workflows on how you can maneuver with the creation of the rebars in Comosys. Now I've selected the slab I want to place my rebar on. Then I right click once again. So the moment I right click, I'll right click once again and define the direction of the slab of the rebar placement. So I'll define that from that corner all the way to this corner here. So I'll snap on that spot. So once I've done so, I'll be able to see my rebars are in place. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Select on that, then right click, and I'll define, right click once again, and I'll define the orientation, or from what point to what point I need to place the rebars. So I've defined that first point and this far end as my second point to give direction from where to where do we need the rebars to be placed. So I'll do the same thing here. I'll select the slab, then right click, and right click once again, and define the orientation or the direction of the range of reinforcement, or the reinforcement to be placed. So I've done so. I'll go ahead and do the same thing here. Select the slab, right click, and right click once again, and define the range of rebar placement. So I'll zoom out and go all the way to this far end here and define that range. So I'll select on the slab once again, right click, and come here and right click once again, and define the range here from that spot to this particular spot here. So I'll terminate it at that spot. So I'll go this way until I reach the all slabs. So let me just select on this slab with a void for our staircase. So let me just right click and right click once again, and I'll define this from this far end to this far end here to define the range of my reinforcement. So you can see that I'll select on that, right click, and right click once again, and define the range of rebar placement from that spot to this particular spot here. Perfect. So I'll do the same thing here. Just select, right click, and I'll zoom out, right click once again, and define the range of rebar placement. Just zoom out and move all the way to this particular end here. Do the same thing here. Right click and right click once again and define the range. So it's somewhat clogged, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to find a way of how we can snap from that spot and move all the way to this particular end here. So let me just zoom close so that I terminate it, I define that range on that spot. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing here, right click and right click once again, and come here and define the range from that end to this far end here. I'm doing this one by one because there's some floors where the floors are not similar. So I can decide and leave it here and delete this, then copy 333, 3.2, 3.2. So let me leave it at that, and I'll copy the rest as it is. But if you take a look on the top end here, we have a different slab with no void for staircase. So let me select on that, then right click, then right click once again and define the range. The range will be from this point here to this point here to that point right there. So we have that in place. I do the same thing here, right click and right click once again and define it from that spot and move all the way to this particular end here and terminate it here. And I'll do the same thing here. Right click and come here, right click once again and click on that spot and move all the way to this particular end right there. Do the same thing here, right click and right click once again and define the range from there and move all the way to this far end here. So make sure you snap on the right location, but we are being blocked with this symbol, so we can remove it and give us a visibility. So we have that in place. We can select that, right click and right click once again and snap on that spot, move all the way to this far end here and snap right there. Perfect. So the same thing applies because this slab is similar to that. I can just go ahead or just leave it as it is because I've showed you how you can create. So let me just right click and come to right click once again and show all, and we have all the slabs in place so you can see that. So the next thing we can do, we can either continue placing that, but the key part here is how I should to show you how we can create rebar, or how we can reinforce the rebars, and why we can get the tools or the right macro to use in placement of rebars on the slab section. So let's meet on the next presentation where we'll be generating the drawings for this particular model. So let's meet then, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This is Maurice Dimba, and bye bye.